It's so funny. I literally was just about to sing one of the songs in my top five, and I was like, no, 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 I don't want to give it away yet.
Don't do that. Don't give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Hey, come on, 90s. Welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We are your hosts. We missed you.
Uh,
Did we? Did you give them content last week?
no.
Oh, yeah, we missed y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, James.
And Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we're passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take and our feedback on each contestant. Even though The Voice is on summer hiatus, we are wrapping up our best ofs for the season. If you've been following the Pitchy Podcast, for which is now, I believe, our fifth season, six? Oh my Lord.
It's going to be seven.
Seven?
It's going to be seven, yeah.
Yeah, our sixth season. We always like to reminisce on the previous season and give you our best ofs each round. So we had to take a little 4th of July summer hiatus. So we missed you all, but we are back. We are refreshed. Still tired because, life be lifing.
Yes.
But it was nice to have a little break. How are you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing pretty good. Good.
Okay, good. I don't know what's going on where y'all live, but here in the tropics, the mid-Atlantic states, like today, we had crazy flash floods.
Yes, we did.
It's been raining every day, like torrential raining and lightning and thundering every day here in the mid-Atlantic states and the DMV region. But hot, steamy. I feel like we're in Florida.
That's what I was going to say. It's very Florida.
Feels like Florida in the summer, like
yes.
everyday rain and downpours.
Yep.
But we have some business to attend to, as I always like to say. We are now to the lives, okay, where the rubber meets the road. And just to refresh your memory, there's always a twist every season in The Voice. And this year's twist was, you know what? There were some people that, because the playoffs had such a tremendous, I guess, guillotine cut that happened, there was a chance for each coach to bring one person back for the lives, which was fantastic. And there were some shocks, because we thought that some were coming back, but then there were some that I knew were coming back. And I'm so glad they did, because I'm so glad America got to hear them live. So here we are in our first live singing, and it was a wonderful this season, you all. I'm telling you, the singers this season, and I'm not saying in previous seasons it was bad. I'm just saying that in previous seasons we've had transitions from the taped to the live where we're like, oh, people got exposed a little bit. I didn't feel like there was much exposure done. Like, these people, to me, even stepped it up in the lives. And I was like, ooh, like, I like to hear them live. I like their live offerings in some cases better than their taped offerings. So
Right.
Especially one in particular, and he is definitely in my top five. So okay. Without further ado, Stephanie, do you want to kick us off?
I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to. So number five, and before we start, I do want to say, we usually split up semifinals and the actual finals performances. We usually do all the lives together. So it was really fun just taking one night of lives and dissecting it and trying to figure out which would be my top five. And I actually thought that it was going to be easier than it actually was. Like, it was pretty difficult based on exactly what you said, how much talent there was. So it'll be interesting to go to the top 5 list next week and to see, or maybe a couple weeks from
Yeah.
now, depending on
Yeah.
what we got going on, and
Right.
see how that shakes out. So, without any further ado, my number 5. My number 5 is Renzo, Dream On, Aerosmith.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream
Come on,
Um,
90s.
Come on, 90s. If I remember correctly, and I don't know how I can't remember correctly because it's the only song I can think that would have been fitting for a closing of that show. I believe that song
It
was the
closed it.
closer of that
It was a
semifinals,
closer.
and it lived up to its closer billing. The song in and of itself lives up to a closer billing,
Mm-hmm.
but Renzo's delivery of this song lived up to its closer billing. He really made me think about what if Lenny Kravitz were to have covered this Aerosmith song, because that's exactly what he was giving, but with even more musicality to it. This
Even
song
more
is,
range.
it's even more exact. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Right.
You're reading off of my notes right now. The end of the song is just a scream fest, and that's what we want. It was so cool to hear, though, in those verses that can almost get lost because you're just waiting for the dream on, dream on it. You're waiting for the big stuff. It really made me listen to the verses of that song even more intentionally because he was singing it so well, and because of the musicality and melodic changes and melodic choices that he was making, the runs that he was doing to really make that part interesting too. Yeah, he gave me what I wanted in spades when I knew that he was doing this song, point blank, period. But when it was like, and Renzo's the closer, I was like, well, this is a tall order, and he smoked it. It was absolutely fantastic. So
No, knowing what we knew of Renzo, um, it's like he almost had to do this song, right?
yes,
Renzo was a rocker with range, a rocker with soul,
yeah,
and he had to. You knew Renzo had the holler in his voice,
mm-hmm,
and it was like a gift to the fans, right?
1000%.
And to me, it solidified him to the finals. Like it's like
Absolutely. It was like, if he ain't making it, if this brother ain't
right,
making it, then I don't know what America's doing.
right. Renzo did not make my list. I mean, he was so close
Mm-hmm.
to making my list, especially with this one. I know he's definitely going to make my finale list because I love what he did in the finale,
Mm.
offering two. And I'll explain to you why he did not make my list a little bit
Okay.
later. But
Okay.
without giving too much away, yeah, it was really good. I liked that offering too because it was done in good taste.
It really
Um,
was.
Steven Tyler can often be like people will imitate him and it'll be turned to like a caricature of
Yep.
Steven Tyler,
Yep.
right? Because his voice is so distinctive, it's
Yep.
so dramatic,
Yep.
it's so rangy.
Yes.
But Steven Tyler would always give you a controlled scream. It wasn't just screaming to scream.
Right.
That was Steven Tyler's signature,
Right.
right? As a rocker. And I felt like Renzo always had control.
Yeah.
Like always, like it was never like I'm just gonna scream because this song everyone's expecting a scream to hear.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
good choice. Good choice. Strong number 5. Wow, where are you gonna go from there?
Up. Up.
All right. So my number 5, if you've been following the Pitchy podcast, is someone who I was pretty hard on the entire season. And it's not because I didn't think this person could sing or could not sing. Oh no, 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 no. This person had
Opposite.
one of the most dynamic voices that has ever graced the Voices stage, as far as I'm concerned. It's just when I see someone who's vocally reminds me of me, I'm gonna be. It's like when John hears his songs, right? He's gonna be triple,
Right.
quadruple critical,
Right.
right? So when I hear someone who vocally reminds me of me and who's young and who's like up and coming, it's like I get excited, but I also get very like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
detailed, like I because I'm older and I've learned things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I want to impart what I've learned,
Right.
of things that have helped me, and I'm always learning. Trust and believe. Steph
We
will
all
tell
are.
you.
Yeah.
Steph will tell you, like some of the stuff I didn't come into until well into my 30s and 40s. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, and that would be Bryson Battles with Without You, Harry Nilsson originally, but I believe his version was more of the Mariah Carey's version.
Yes.
I can't give anymore. I can't live this without you. I can't give anymore.
And I said the first note was, Mariah, eat your heart out. I said, somebody's coming for your version, Mariah. I said, the way this kid goes through his vocal range is unmatched. It's
Unmatched.
unmatched, like ever on this show. It is, there's no break in his voice.
Nope.
And he just goes through it. And he did it before in previous rounds, but I feel like I really was waiting for to hear it in the lives. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
because if it's not produced, right? I said, okay. I said, because Bryson is like, what, 21, 20,
He's young.
21?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, I love the way he paced it because,
Yes.
like Stephanie said with Renzo and
Yes.
Dream On, everyone knows what Without You goes to, right?
Right. Right.
Everyone knows, though, it starts off, and I da 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 da. It starts off very mellow,
Right.
but then everyone waits for the I can't live, but it starts,
That's right.
you sing it down the octave. If living is without you, y'all, I'm
That's
sorry.
you.
I was in rehearsal all day yesterday. I'm sorry. The voice is no excuses. Anyway, but then you jump that octave, and then the rest of the
I
song is,
can't live. Yeah.
and then you just go off, right? If you're singing the Mariah
And he
version,
went
which he
off.
was. And
Yes.
I said, I
Yes.
love how he paced it, how he told the story with his voice. He didn't give too much too soon. I said, this was
Right.
one of his best solo performances. I said, I loved how he started it. And to me, no one can finish like Bryson. No one can finish. Bryson was a finisher. And you would just, every time Bryson finished a song, you just be like, yeah, I mean, your jaw would be on the floor because you're like, how did he just do that
How he do
with his
that?
voice?
How he do
So
that?
Bryson was my number 5, Without You.
Love it.
But if it was, if it was a black person saying that, I can't live, that song, I can't
Can't
live,
live. I can't live.
I can't live.
I can't live.
No, no. Okay, all right.
Awesome.
So, so Molly to me, number 4. Number 4.
Okay.
Love this one. I love, 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 love this one. My number 4 is Kai Hamilton.
Okay.
Ain't Nobody.
Ooh,
Ain't
Jesus.
Nobody
Ain't
by
nobody.
the one of the queens, Shaka Khan.
Uh,
Got the feeling most with treasure. And a love so deep we cannot measure.
One of my favorite things about this was the way she opened it, because it truly demonstrated Kaya's artistry.
Yes.
I said Kaya it shows that she's a singer, right?
Sanger.
I said, and then the way she broke down at first you put your arms around me, like the way she put that down, I was like I just was like shaking my head. Nobody breaks a song down this season like Kaya. Kaya would break a song down and she would go off and do these changes and the manipulations to the melody that were so tasteful.
Yes.
That were so just, I never thought of that.
Never thought
I
to
know
do
that
it.
was just that her probably working working in sync with Paul and the band. And it was just so fire. I said the way she takes a song, totally rearrange it, and she makes it a new hit.
Yeah.
I said the back half of what Kaya did, it was a new song. It was unbelievable what she did on the back end. And that was live, y'all. That was live. I said, what a star. Kaya was my number 4. Ain't nobody.
Awesome number 4. Woo! Awesome number 4.
It's Shaka Khan.
It's Shaka. It's Shaka.
Up-tempo.
An up-tempo Shaka. Like the audacity to even do it, but also the audacity to do it live.
On a live. Are you kidding me?
Girlfriend.
Get the front out of here. Get the front out of here.
Out of here. Okay, so my number 4 is Colby Cordell. Drink You Away, Justin Timberlake.
Tell me, baby, don't they make a metal shit for heartbreak? Ooh, tell me, baby, oh yeah, don't they make a metal shit for heartbreak?
So if Renzo was the ultimate show closer, Colby was our ultimate show opener.
Yeah.
This song, the song in of itself gave the perfect energy of a song opener or of a show opener, because it's not exactly an up tempo, it's more mid tempo, but just the feel of the song prepares you. It's like a nice entry into a show like this and a live show like this. And, for all of the contestants, we are waiting with bated breath to see if these folk can deliver live the way that they have on the pre-recorded stuff. I ain't really had no doubt about Colby. You could just tell that brother had that voice, so there wasn't a lot of trepidation there. It was just all confirmation of his incredible gift. The beginning of this song starts really low, and it's really, it could be really hard for it to translate through the TV. It was not for Colby because of the texture of his voice, the rasp, and just the way he delivered those low verses. Again, he didn't tap into this song leans and lends itself really well to someone who has a very gospel-y sounding voice. Totally. And I think Colby did a really great job this season of either picking songs or taking whatever songs he was given and really being able to utilize his voice within the song. And I think that they just also did a really good job allowing him to sing songs that lent really well to his styling of voice. He felt like a headliner, and I don't know if some of that was him. A lot of it was him. Some of it was the set. But he just felt like a headliner. He felt like he was the opening act for the semifinale. Like he was already an established artist. Okay, so this version, and I would be interested to know if Colby and Paul took the instrumentation from JT's live show of doing this and applied that to at least the back end of the song, because some of the chords.
You talking about the one he did with Stapleton, or just
in general? Like if he were to,
you recently saw him in concert. Did he do?
He did not do this song.
Okay,
he did not do this song.
Okay,
but I'm wondering if when he did it with Stapleton or any other live version of this song is what Colby and Paul emulated. Because if you listen to the back half of the song, the chords, the breaks, the horns, all of it sounds very much,
the roads,
yes,
like,
all of it, yes, all of it sounds
mhm.
very much like what you would hear from a Justin Timberlake performance, a
Yeah,
live performance, a concert performance, or an award show performance. Just
yeah.
the extra hits and just the feel of
Mhm.
it just felt very live show, which makes a lot of sense. It's just really bold for an artist that is covering to take that instrumentation and make it work for them. And Colby absolutely 1000% did that.
Yeah, he laid that down.
He laid it down. It was
He did.
phenomenal. So
Yeah,
he's my number 4.
awesome, awesome. All right, what's your number 3?
Oh, my number 3. Oh, my number 3. It is Connor James, Chasing Pavements, Adele.
Well, would it be right? Should I leave it there? Should I give up? Or should I just keep chasing pavements? Even if it leads nowhere.
What I found very bold about this performance that I noticed when we first watched it, but looking with kind of fresh eyes this time around as we're making and compiling our lists, a good bit of this performance was all voice, like all voice. Verse 1, verse 2, and pretty much the first chorus was just keyboard padding, which is just like somebody on the keys going, cymbals and strings, and Connor's voice on an Adele song. This man was like
on her first big hit.
On her first big hit. This young man said, "You bringing me back?" Because he was he is who Adam Levine chose to bring back. He said, "You bringing me back? Then I'm gonna give you all this throat." And that's exactly what he did on this Adele song. It was so stunning to hear how slight the instrumentation was. You get to the chorus, you get a little bit more guitar, you get a little bit more bass. But it was still very slight. It was still very, very, very vocal heavy, where his vocal was just present. We get to the back end. We get to, and let me also say, when you're doing instrumentation like this and live, it's really important. And he might have had a click track in his ear. I don't know. There was nothing really keeping the beat for him. There was the violins, like he had to have like an internal tempo. Again, unless he had like a click in his ear. And if he did, use all your tools, bro. But for us, there was nothing keeping timing other than the swell of the strings and the padding of the keyboard. To do that live is so daring and so brave. And it was amazing. By the time you got to that last chorus, that's where everything was kind of full in. And that's where he kicked it up a notch vocally. To hear what that man did at the back end of that song, the runs that he did, the melodic choices, like as I was listening to it back, I found myself singing along to his melodies and to what I remember him doing because they were so signature to this song, to his cover of this song, that I can remember like, oh, that's where the falsetto was. That's where that cute little run at the end was. That wasn't even just cute. It was like, oh, that's how you gonna leave the song. You gonna sit back on that bench and like, hey, like that's what you gonna do sitting down on the bench, brother. Like it was absolutely incredible. What I never heard before, what I heard this time around was George Michael. He reminded me so much vocally of George Michael in tone, in run, in brightness. It was just, it was so good. Chasing Pavements. Connor James.
Connor is one of those singers where I would just like, every once in a while you would meet singers along your journey, along your vocal journey, where you just would like look down the row and they'd be singing and you just shake your head
Like,
because it was effortless and
how,
like I was like, you look like you're laying back in a lazy boy, and like you're so relaxed, you're so chill, and that voice is coming out of you, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm here doing all I can to produce this sound about how, about to fall over, with the diaphragmatic action and the connected breath and all that, and he's just over there singing. I'm just like, whatever, Connor,
Singing down.
here.
Singing down
Like,
effortlessly.
not even breaking a sweat. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got people like Patty who like look like they're about to pass out every time.
Exactly.
It's like Connor's one of those singers who's just like,
Yeah, it just flows out.
an
Yeah.
incredible instrument. Great
Yeah.
choice. Great
Yeah.
choice. Connor did not make my list, unfortunately. But my number 3 was a save that someone who didn't really even need to come back because, she's Olivia Cooper Harris.
I hope that he turns out to be someone who was
Why did she even come back? Like, that's what I wrote. I wrote contractual obligation is the only reason why Olivia Cooper Harris came back, because
Right.
Olivia was booked, y'all. And
Right.
she
Booked and
wasn't just
busy.
booked. She was booked with Teddy Swims.
Yes.
Like, one of the biggest now artists, right? So
Yeah.
she's booked.
Yeah.
Anyway, Olivia, you knew because of what Olivia offered. You knew Olivia, her niche was genre singing, right? Where she, whether it be 70s soul singing and the Donna Summer, whether it be the Feel Like Making Love with Nell, I mean, but then she really took it back with the jazz standard, and it was a moment. Olivia had a few moments this season. That's how ridiculous of an artist she was. I said, and I was really trying to figure out, what was it about Olivia for me? She's gorgeous. She like Stephanie always says, she sings through her whole body sings.
Right.
She's a singer through her toes and her fingertips. I said, it's her vibrato. Like, I just love the way her voice, just the frequency of her voice, like how her voice hits our ears, if that makes sense. She's just so pleasant to listen to. I said, I feel like she just came back from a professional gig as a contractual obligation. I said, she has absolutely, and I put it in caps, nothing in caps to prove, and left 0 on the stage.
You're right.
I said, just mesmerizing. I mean, she's singing a jazz standard, Someone to Watch Over Me. I said, one more thing, and this rarely happens on this show. I said, anytime the voice changes the color, adjusts the color on your television for a performance, you know it's a special performance.
Yeah.
You did not need to adjust the tape. They transported you, i.e. Tom Cruise, i.e. all the people that they've done that for over the seasons that we've done, where they did a throwback piece, and the voice and the outfit and the band and the set were so transportive to a different era, to a bygone era, that you just felt like you were there. You felt like you were in the 40s, and you were in a club listening to her sing her face off. And this was Olivia's last offering. I kind of knew she wasn't going to make it past this round, but she went out on top.
Yes, she did.
And she was a special, special artist to come on the show.
Absolutely.
That was my number 3.
Your number 3. So
and
what
I might as well go to my number 2 because you've already talked about it, and it's Kobe Cordell, Drink Away, Justin Timberlake. So I had to keep my mouth shut because I got a lot to say about this one.
Yes.
I've tried Jack, I've tried Jim, I've tried all of his friends.
my first sentence was, "Come on, Bishop." That's what I wrote. I said, "Come on, Bishop."
Come on, Bishop.
I said, I thought he was going to change the lyric. I thought he was going to say, "What's the lyric? I tried Jack, I
I
tried
tried
Jim."
Jim. I
I thought he
tried
was going
all
to say,
of their
I thought he was
friends.
going to say, "But I tried Jesus."
Jesus.
Like, at one point, I thought he was going there. I said, and then go into a praise break because that's what it felt like. I said, "I tried Jesus." Like, I thought that, look, did it not seem like it was about to go there? Kobe, it's like Kobe has that Fantasia thing where it doesn't matter.
Yes.
He could be singing the most secular song.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
whole just comes through his voice.
That's
Now,
right.
I have one critique with this version and
Okay.
listening back, and this will lead to my number one, but we'll get to that later. I wish.
Oh.
Well, this will give my number one away, but I'll say it anyway because it's no big deal. I wish. No, I'll say my number one for the person. I wish the BGVs went off like they did on my number one. And now you probably know who I'm talking about.
I
as my
do.
number one. I wish the BGVs went off, but the audience may not know.
Yes.
Because the background vocals, for the first time, I felt like they were being a little conservative. Because you and I both know the infamous Justin Timberlake, Chris Stapleton mashup of this, and this was Chris's big coming out. You know,
Yes.
even though Stapleton had been in the industry for years
Right.
as a writer, but this was Stapleton's big coming out when he did that and transitioned into Tennessee Whiskey, right?
Right.
But if you go back and watch the CMA opening of this famous now opener, right?
Yeah.
The background vocals on Drink You Away and Tennessee Whiskey, it was the hollering that was coming from those BGVs. And that's what I wanted. And they were like, "Drink you away. I tried Jack." I said, what I write? I said the Episcopalian, Lutheran, Catholic, nice vibes of it all. I said I needed some AME, Pentecostal, Baptist, Kojic. I needed some of that.
Okay, can I offer something?
Yes.
I will offer something without giving your number one away because I absolutely know what it is. I think for this song, it's not that the backgrounds weren't doing what you wanted; they just weren't turned up because they just weren't turned up. And because I listen
close, Stephanie. I see what you're saying.
They were not turned.
Kobe was going to church.
No, but the BGVs on that song really don't do. They're not hollering, not to the degree of the song that you're talking. They're not.
What they could have. They're talented enough where you know the best improvers in the game, right? They find their space, right? They find little pockets.
Okay, but that's okay. See, this is two different conversations that we can have for your number one. Because what the BGVs do not do on this song, unless they are tasked to, is overstep the artist. Okay? It is rare.
Is this my number one they were tasked to?
Yes!
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just thought they got caught up.
Either way, these BGVs understand their assignment, and their assignment is never to overshadow the artist ever, unless that is the artist's wish for how they want their performance to be, which makes
this is produced.
This is produced, and this is a singular artist show, like they are highlighting one person or a group if you have a group, but one person at a time.
Sure.
And the BGVs are there to accentuate and never overshadow.
Sure.
So what I know about that song in particular is that for Colby's performance, they were not turned up enough for me, because I felt that as well. I wanted to hear the 3-part harmony of the "Take You Away," and there just was, they just were not turned up. There was never going to be a moment in that song.
Because you know what I'm talking about with the version that we know, right?
Yes, but also remember, James, JT, Chris Stapleton, and his wife are the headliners and also singing BGVs.
True.
So their mics were going to be on specifically for Tennessee Whiskey. The 3 of them were the main people singing the 3-part harmony for Tennessee Whiskey. That's why you heard the holleration along with the BGVs that were there as well. That's why it sounded so full and impactful, because the main artists were also singing BGVs. You're not going to have that on this show. However, they needed to be turned up some more.
Okay. I can get with that. It's just Kobe got me happy.
Yes.
You know.
I agree. It just was not going.
Happy.
Yes, it just was not going to be how your number one.
It wasn't going to be a praise break.
Yeah, and we'll talk about your number one.
My number one, that was a praise break.
That was a praise break, and that was intentional.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Number 2, Stephanie.
Okay, my number 2 is also someone that was on your list.
Okay.
And I can't wait to talk about her. Oh, Kaya Hamilton, Ain't Nobody.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan.
Ain't nobody loves me better than you. Nobody but you.
The gall, the nerve, this arrangement. Okay, when you were talking about the arrangement, I wrote something down, because she is definitely the arranger extraordinaire. Nobody took an arrangement and twisted it and reimagined it and was able to execute it more flawlessly than Kaya this season. And to hear her
with Sting, right?
Yeah.
What she did with the Sting song, like, it was
what
crazy.
she did, even what she did with Here, like everything that she touched, was brilliant. Yeah, this arrangement was so risky, but it was a huge payoff. It really showed off the depth of her vocal ability without rehashing everything that you said that I completely agree with. This felt like a tribute-worthy performance. It felt like Shaka should have been out in the audience watching and being appreciative of what Kaya was delivering. That's how creative, that's how excellent it was, and that's how excellent the execution was. So, did you notice the key change at the end? Right at the very end, there was a key change, and I gasped, because I don't know that I recognized that in the initial watch of this, but when I heard, I was like, what? And what she did to the very end of the song made it feel so fresh and so cool. The execution of it all, it was just the gall, girl, because this is not only one of Shaka's biggest hits, but it's an up-tempo.
It was completely different melody.
It really was. And I was just like,
you're not doing a Shaka song.
Right. She did.
And it was fire?
And it was fire. It was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Thanks.
Someone needs to send that to Shaka. That was crazy.
I hope that they did.
Yeah.
I might tag her myself.
All right.
I'll do my number 1.
Oh yeah. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is an already mentioned performance as well. It is Mr. Bryson Battle, Without You.
Mm-hmm.
I can't live without you. I can't live. I can't
For all of the reasons that you said, I think that this was one of his most well arranged vocally performances. For all of the reasons that you specified, James, his tenor, the low was so delicious. The tenor in the chorus was so delicious. But I really appreciated the minimal instrumentation, number one, because I always appreciate that on a live, because that means there's nowhere to hide,
Nope.
and you are completely trusting in your voice to shine through. I loved that there was enough space by the time they would get to the lives to get verse one, chorus, repeat of the chorus where it's an octave up, and then he went back down. Because I was afraid when we first watched it that he wasn't going to go back down, that he was going to stay in an upper register and do all the things and just be a lot. I love where he took it. I didn't expect, like, when he got into the chorus after the verse again, and he just like, it was just like the heavens opened up.
Where's
But
the
then,
voice?
yeah, where'd the voice go?
It's crazy.
It's still up there. And then, or just when I thought that he had just done everything he was going to do, the ending, how he ended the song, for as dynamic as Bryson is, he surprised me. Like, I was not expecting him to do what he did at the end. And so Beyonce is top of brain since she was around our region around July 4th. And the way the coaches were looking at Bryson, like literally, I believe all of them were up out of their chair. And it looked like they were watching a horse race. It was like, look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse. Like, they could not believe what he was doing vocally. They were like literally standing up, leaned in, like, yo, yo, yo. I can't believe what he just did on this song. It was a moment. And it was so chef's kiss, because you want Bryson to be able to show everything that he is extraordinarily gifted to be able to do vocally, but we also want what you want, James. We want him to not just be screaming and falsetto and running all over the place. We want the story. And he did an expert PhD level job of giving us story, but also giving us all that throat. It was phenomenal.
Much intensity to the opening verses.
He did.
As he did the back half of the song where he really shines.
Brilliant.
I can't get a feeling. I mean, it was just incredible.
It really was.
It was incredible. All right, my number one is yeah, bring it all home to me. Yeah, yeah. Adam David.
Adam David.
Sam Cooke.
Till I'm buried in my grave. Oh, baby, bring it to me. Bring that sweet loving home to me.
This was I was like, okay, we have a winner. I said, Adam just gets it. I get it. I knew Adam was going to surpass and excel in the lives. Like, you knew this was his thing. You knew Adam when you got to lives. You knew Adam was a better live singer than he was probably a produced voice singer.
Right.
I said, every once in a while, there comes a performance where the artist elevates everyone. Everyone just, everything, Stephanie and I have said this before, like the grip, the boom mic, like everyone just rides, right? Like the caterer, the driver, you know,
the caterer,
the housekeeping staff at the hotel. Like, everyone just rises. And I said, Adam just gets it. I said, the band was going off, the shreddage, I know that's not a word. Like, I haven't even gotten to talk about Adam's voice, but I was like, in the middle of this piece, he just started shredding.
Placer.
Like, and shredded as good as Danny did the previous season, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it was just like, he's a master guitarist.
Absolutely.
Like, master guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, and then he was like, oh, Renzo, guess what? I can holler just like you. Like he hollered once and then he really hollered. And I was just
Mhm.
like, you're hurting me. You're hurting. You're doing too much, like in a good way. I
Uh-huh.
said, you're hurting us. No, you won. You won. Okay, won. You won. It's over. Over. Competition done. Like,
Right.
you can stop now. You can no,
Right.
stop. You're hurting me. Ah. And then like it's like almost like I felt like the background vocals like, okay, it's gonna be one of those tonight. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, we got permission. Let's go. And then they just all just started going off. I was like, I can't. I said, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yep.
Stephanie, they were going off.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard those BGVs on this show go off.
Oh no. Not like that. Not like that.
like,
Not like that.
like again, it reminded me of the Justin Timberlake, Chris Stapleton thing.
Yeah.
They just were like, it was a moment.
It really was.
It really. I said this performance locked it in for me.
Mhm.
The shreddage, background, the band, everything was just crazy.
Absolutely.
And I just was like, this is it. He won.
Mm-hmm.
He won.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my number one. Adam David. Bring it on home to me.
You will get no argument from me.
And you had the nerve to do some Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke is like one of those people you don't touch. You don't go after no Sam Cooke.
No, you don't.
Sam Cooke he's a titan.
Yes.
Okay? An
Yes.
R&B original. OG.
Yes. OG.
Soul R&B. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So Steph, tell them what they need to hear.
Okay. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. And while you are there, please give us a 5-star rating and a kind review so more friends can find us. And then once you do that, jump on over to YouTube. If you weren't already there, if you are there, or if you weren't there, search for the Pitchy Podcast. Hit that subscribe button and the bell so you know when we drop a new video. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Pitchy Podcast, and we are on Blue Sky at the Pitchy Podcast.bsky.social for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more. Last, y'all, Patreon. We had a good conversation on Patreon about our honorable mentions and about a couple questions that our Patreons are I don't want to say allowed, but part of what you get with your $5 per month is to be able to ask us questions about The Voice, about us, everything in between. And we were able to answer some questions. And one of the questions got a little, not spicy, but we had to really think. And one of the questions actually might have spurned on what some of our future content would be. So if you want to join us for $5 per month, please do so. We try our hardest to make it worth your $5, and we hope you join us there.
All right, you all. Well, again, we're very excited about future episodes. Hope everyone's having a good summer. Hope everyone had a nice long holiday weekend last weekend. And stay safe, everyone.
Absolutely.
In these crazy times.
Yes.
We hope that your little Pitchy Podcast escape will help get you through the day a little bit easier. Okay.
Yes.
Because it helps, definitely is therapy to us
Absolutely.
as your host.
Yes.
So thanks again for always tuning in. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.